Let's go. Yeah.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you beaches. Welcome to the show. All right, fam, hit the like button, subscribe. We're live. Thanks for being here. Drop a comment wherever you're watching. Leave a 5-star review. Let's get into today's episode. We do have some merch reviews to talk about. We got some Swole fan posts. We'll get into some Rate My Meal, and we'll get into some questions. We talked about the merch madness yesterday. We don't have any updates for today's episode. We'll get into the next updates tomorrow. But man, interesting. interesting things yesterday. Some of you are very disappointed in your brackets and you realize you're done for. Blew apart your bracket. Some other of you may still be alive, and we will see how it turns out. Let's get into the first.
What's in the box?
The first little nibble of today's show. We got this post here from Matthew on the merch page over at papaswolio.com. Matthew says, love these shirts. Great fit, great design, great message. I agree. Thank you so much. Let's get America for Matthew. That's the Make America Swole shirt. Ooh, a classic. A classic. What are you guys rocking today? Today I'm wearing Go to the Fucking Gym, the Buzz Swole design. I'm sorry, go to the fucking gym. To the fucking gym and beyond. What a great... I have this flag also. It's great as a flag. Love this one. Love this one. To the fucking gym and beyond. I think I actually maybe have it... I don't know if I have it in here. I thought I had it in here. I know I have Back to the Fucking Gym. But love this design. Love this design. Make America Swole is awesome too. Good choice. Good choice. Glad you're enjoying it and wear it well. Fam, let's get into that tip. We got Swole Fam posts to talk about.
Just an inch. It's cold outside.
All right. We'll call you L-Bomb. Luis, we got protein is what's for dinner. Chicken rib, steak, sausage, wings, grilled jalapenos, quesadillas, beans and rice for the fam and I. Ooh, a nice home-cooked meal. I like it. I like it. Enjoy. I think that's what we usually call a smorgasbord. That looks like a smorgasbord. Mark, look at that shirt. I love it. Mark's rocking the I'm not racist, I just don't like you. Great shirt. Great shirt. Great merch. Mark says, but little do they know I'm a racist bastard. Also, might have shared this in the chat during one of the shows. I'm finally feffing my current job as I have found something adjacent to my degree. After almost 3 years of constantly looking and going from one interview to another, finally, something stuck. It's going to be a little different now because of how far I have to drive. So I have already made minor adjustments to my schedule in regards to training, cooking, etc. It's a change for the better. And it's going to take some time to get used to, but I'm open for the challenge. Good for you. Good for you. No, Mark, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. Great shirt. And yes, cheers to your next chapter. Victor. Let's see. Oops. Hold on a second. I was getting out of here. Why isn't that popping up? I'll read it here. Victor used to weigh. Here we go. Well, whatever. I'll just read it. Used to weigh 330 pounds at 5'9" and started my weight loss journey in June of 2025. And I'm now down to 226 pounds. I mainly join for the community and help with nutrition and meals. I'm on a pretty steady workout schedule, which I'm happy with. I'm assuming I'm happy with my progressive overload. Just want help with meal ideas and nutrition. Well, awesome. Welcome to the fam, Victor. So shout out to Mark, Luis, and Victor here. There we go. Down to 226 pounds. Well, the Swole fam, the community is here for you, and super stoked to have you with us. So some more applause, biceps gorillas. Let's see.
Boom shakalaka!
Get you a boom shakalaka. Welcome to the fam, Victor. Okay, Swole time. It looks like the Falcon didn't make the cart, or maybe it fell. Okay, whatever. We're going to move on. It's Swole time. Drop in the comments, hashtag Swole time. Let's just do that right now. It's perfect timing. We'll do it when we get into questions because we'll allow some Swole fam to, or anyone that's watching live, to jump to some questions. It's been rainy today. We had some little power outage earlier today. Or it seemed like it was. little flicker. All right, let's get into some rate my meal. Rate my meal. What's wrong with the size? It's always too big, you know? They always say it's too big. Sorry. We're too swole here in the fam. Even the images are too swole. Rate my meal. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got on the menu today. Brego Lieli. 95 5 meatballs. That means 5% fat. Filled with a single cashew. Hold on. Sometimes these meals make me skip a little bit. 95 5 meatballs filled with a single cashew. That is very meticulous and very specific. With spinach and tomato sauce. 6 tactical tortillas. Tactical? What? Is that a thing? Tactical, like SWAT team? Tactical, like strategic? Is that a brand? I started off with the meatballs and I hit a speed bump. That brings 26 grams of carbs to destroy chest later. It's going to bring some heartburn too, in my opinion. I'm confused. You're eating something fancy. Is that some kind of a native dish from wherever you are or from? That's very interesting. See, a single cashew, that's a little nuts. Hey. Got it? Yeah? Everyone got that? I saw what you did, Loretta. I saw what you did. That's a little nuts. Zing. Hey. This is very weird. That's weird. Meatballs with a single cashew? Is that possible? Why would you have one cashew? Is that a religious thing? What are we What are we doing here? With spinach. I'm not a big fan. I don't like spinach. Tomato sauce. Man, I feel, yeah, that's a hard no for me, dog. That's a hard no. No offense. If you like it, obviously you did. You ate that, but that's a no for that's a no for me. That's a no. That's a no. All right, let's see what we got here. Britain. Oh, the name's so nice. Let me say it twice. This was the other night. Sent it to a buddy who enjoys taco porn. Is this an old post? If not, maybe. I don't know. I know that I remember the name. I always get confused. Have we seen these before? Sometimes people repost their pictures too, or their bots. Who the fuck knows? LOL. Grilled shrimp tacos seasoned with sazon tropical with diced spring mix, avocado, and Mexican corn, cheese, and El Yucateco hot sauce. Oh, and some black beans. My asshole says no thank you, but I hope you enjoy. I wish you the best. Grilled shrimp tacos. Shrimp tacos. I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to have a taco, there's nothing aside from a beef taco. If you're not putting beef in a taco, what are you eating? A bean taco? What's wrong with you, son? A shrimp taco? No. Eat the meat. Get the meat in there. Don't call shrimping meat, son. All right. You lost me at shrimp taco. David. Yeah, tortilla day. I'm cranky today. No, we're not doing that today. No games. No games today. David, take it easy on me. I live in a van in Michigan and don't have an oven, but I couldn't pass up a $10 salmon fillet. Is that cooked? Hey, man. I'll take it easy on you. Rate my meal. It's not, I don't care where you're eating from. I've eaten steak. You know how much steak I've eaten in a car? You know how much steak I've eaten in a car? You know how much steak I've cooked on hot plates? Cooking a steak, cooking meat, eating food. You do the best you can. Prepping salmon in a van. So that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming it looks cooked. Van salmon. Some vammin. Some vammin. That's the good stuff. $10 salmon fillet. Well, that salmon was on peptides. And the good, fucking jacked. Eating good. Good for you. Good for you. You could look. $10. Guess what? Here's what I always say. $10 will get you food at McDonald's. Get you food. You live in a van. Easily could have gone to drive-thru and gotten a couple, or I don't even know how much they are anymore, but like, a couple cheeseburgers, basic, eating crap. Right? $10 went two different ways. Went to a couple candy bars and some soda. Went for salmon. Think about it. You got choices. You got choices. You live in a van? Well, guess what? You got options. You still have options. Money buys different things. Granted, it's not easy. It's not, it's not easy out there. Everyone's got ups and downs and choices to make. So make better choices. Make the best choices you can. Keep on trucking. Jake says or shows 8 ounces of smoked salmon. We're on a salmon kick today. Salmon and tortillas today. 2 roasted beets, 3 ounces of goat cheese, 8 ounces of arugula blend, and a light honey Dijon dressing. Well, that is fancy as fuck. You're not a vegan because you're eating salmon. That's a little fancy for me, Jake. That's a little fancy for me. Little fancy. That's a zesty salad. Smoked salmon. Yeah, that's a good way to name it, Pam. Pam sends a measuring cup meal. Look, I will be honest. If I ever tell you guys what I eat, I never know what I eat. Really. I never know like what exactly I'm eating. And I like, you have to measure the goat cheese. If you got to measure the cheese, you ain't eating enough fucking cheese. If you're measuring cheese, you need some more meat. You need some steak. All right? I don't know. I never measure cheese. If I'm eating quality food, I'll eat cheese. If I feel like cheese, I'll eat some fucking cheese. Just saying. And I'm just saying the light honey Dijon dressing, what's in the dressing. And I just don't, there's no food here for me. So you're asking me to rate it's real food, but I don't know. I'm not saying you can. If you want to eat that, if you want to eat leaves, I don't mind the salmon, the arugula. Oh, it's all bitter. That's why you got to put dressing on it because it tastes like fucking grass. Cheese is great. So salmon, cheese. Just saying, this is like a lot of ways to eat fat without eating real fats. You're getting, some omega-3s maybe, depending. But this is lacking eggs or a fatty cut of steak or something. It's like a way to try to get fats without actually eating a nutritious piece of meat. That's how I look at it. Don't beat yourself up too hard. Everyone's talking about the beets. Yeah, beets are kind of gnarly, right? I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Miguel Canales, deer sausage and ground beef for dinner. Ooh.
He's on fire!
Oh, Miguel. Miguel. Claro que sí. Mohammed Zakar. Nothing fancy, just salmon and potatoes. Potatoes. All right. Thank you. It actually looks very fancy to me, in my opinion. There's a lot of trimmings to it. But I will take nothing fancy right now. When we're talking about cashew meatballs with spinach, I'll take nothing fancy. I'll take just some food. I'll take some fucking straight up food. All right, Knowledge Cock time. Drop your questions in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. I'll give you guys a moment to put that through. What was it? It's Swole time. Swole time. Let's see here. I'm going to do this for you, Falcon, because you couldn't get this shit done. All right. There we go. Oh, yeah. You could just do hashtag Swole time because we have Pinkston Churchill. Let's see. We got her on the camera. We got the camera up. Oh, there she is. There she is. Aww. And we got Tainty Boy. We'll just put them on the camera. You can just watch him for a second. Look at that boy all crossed up. He's so sleepy. It's Swole time. Bum, 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 bum. Look at that puppers. Look at that boy. Aww. Go pet your puppers. If you're at work right now, you're like, damn, my puppers is at home. Well, now you can get adjacent puppers. Now you can get some pupper loves. Even if you're not home, you can get some from the Tainty Man. All right. We got it. It's Swole time. You could just drop hashtag Swole time. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Telegram chat. Vasco. I wish people stop going to McDonald's and all these shit fast food places. Everything is fixed with a pill, but heaven forbid we just ate healthier and moved our bodies. People always are going to want the shortcut, no matter what. People are always going to want the shortcut. And there's going to be industries revolving around, and I don't say necessarily just shortcuts, but to make things easier. There's always going to be solving problems. That's what businesses are. They solve problems. They provide solutions for a need, or they fill, or they create demand for a product, you know? So that's just what Ozempic, man, this is not going anywhere. If anything, it's just going to be refined and fine-tuned, and whatever shortcomings this one has, they already are well on their way in trials for something that does it even faster or whatever. You know, I'm not saying these things are inevitable. Like, they're always going to happen. They're always going to happen. I just think that we should be more aware of the second and third order consequences. It's not just, hey, you're losing the fat. What else are you losing? What risks are you increasing? What habits are you still not changing? What complications? The human body is a complex system. There's many different moving parts, and you have a lot of people that are mentally unstable and already have deficiencies and already have terrible habits and have all these other factors and other injections and therapies and stuff they're taking. And then, you know, and then they're adding this, and it's just another confounding variable, and cancers through the roof, and all these, and mental stability it's a lot more gnarly out there. But then again, it's all perception too. How many people are actually, a lot of people are dug in. I mean, it's the internet and the mind viruses and stuff. It just infects people much more quickly just because everyone's got a hand terminal. Everyone has an outlet or a plug into this greater consciousness of compute. So it's important to understand how to utilize it and plug in and unplug and all that stuff. All right, let's so it's unfortunate. In other words, we want people to take action and do it. And people say, well, you know, there's a lot of people out there that hate Ozempic or these GLP-1s, or because they're afraid of them. And then, oh no, people are going to get results and not have to put in hard work. I don't care if you're taking any of these things. I mean, you're going to take it. I'm not saying it. I think people should be more hesitant as to what they expose their bodies to. Even in just recent memory, these pharmaceutical companies, how many people they fucked over. And oh, you made something else? I'll take that too. Jesus. But this is different. That's that. But this is, yeah, it's sure. Sure. Jump on that. Be first in line. Anyway, but you still have to lift weights no matter what. So you may as well start doing it that way anyway. And if you're doing that, you're going to make progress and you're not going to need that shit. And you know, when you're healing the body, really what you're doing is you're exposing your body to a different environment. So you're exposing your body to an environment where you're doing bench press and squats and lunges and sprints or whatever it is. You're exposing your body to that environment. So it's going to react to that environment by building muscle and stronger tendons and ligaments and, right, cardiorespiratory capacity. If you expose your body to, but you have to put your body in that environment. So you put your body in an environment where it's exposed to less stressors, negative stressors or stressors that just environmental factors, whether it be people, whether it's emotional stress, whether it's, air pollution, these different things. And you can't live in fear. There's always going to be some exposure to these things, and it's never perfect. And you have genetic predispositions and things of that nature. But you put your body in a position to heal itself. You have to go outside and get sun, eat healthy, exercise, allow your body to fix itself. And yes, of course, it's good to know what you're doing and understand, but your body wants to heal. And it's usually not about, again, it always comes back to usually not about adding more things. It's about removing other things, at least replacing them with better habits, but usually removing a lot of things in your life, a lot of the extra. And you don't realize it's extra, or you're told that you need it, or based on your career or certain networks that you're plugged into, it requires you to have that kind of interaction, that kind of need to be plugged into that kind of matrix. Nico Weavers. How to get good muscle without a gym. Provide resistance to your body. Push-ups, pull-ups, single arm, more numbers, holding weights between your legs. You need resistance. So if you want to build muscle, you need to progressively overload. So it might be, hey, you can only do 5 pull-ups. Cool. Practice that until you get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold a dumbbell between your thighs. You don't have one. Find a 10-pound one. Hold a rock between your legs. Fill up a jug of water and tie it to your thighs and step up on a chair and do it, right? Do something. But you need progressive overload. And then 2 water bottles. You get my point. So you just need progressive overload. So certain body parts will be easier or more challenging to train, and there's different ways to overload them. And that's why we use weights and certain machines that put the body in certain positions where you can target the muscle, reduce stress on the joints, and optimize progressively overloading. Because yeah, it's hard to do it with just nature, because you can tell people, hey, if you want to build muscle, just go outside and lift rocks and progressively lift heavier rocks. Well, sure. But you have to find the rocks, and the rocks are going to be imbalanced. So what dumbbells and barbells and machines are just evenly distributes ideally for that target muscle. You can go outside and do strongman stuff too and lift rocks, and that's all well and good. But if you're trying to do a 300-pound squat, first you got to find 300 pounds of rocks and then somehow put them on your shoulders. Like, it's just easier to get a barbell and a dumbbell or go to a gym and use a leg press to use that kind of load with plates that are perfectly even and relatively balanced. And 45 pounds is generally 45 pounds. Sometimes are slightly more or less. Beside the point. So it's just easier to fix a car when you have a 10 millimeter socket and you have proper wrenches and you have a drain pan to change the oil. If you don't have any of the tools, it's going to be impossible to change the oil, or, because you don't have the oil filter, that kind of stuff. So you have better tools to build muscle. it's easier. I don't say easier, but you have more tools in order to apply them, but you still need the knowledge and the effort and all the details there. Makes sense? Let me see any questions in the Telegram chat. Cerny wants to ask about nips. Or someone said that. Someone said Cerny wants to know about nips. Cerny, Papa Swolio, fam, shut up. So Cerny wants you to shut up. I'm not kissing ass. Papa was just wondering what you're doing for chest. It's looking large. My tatters, my man titties. Cerny wants Papa to show us exclusively how he suns the nips. It'd be helpful for chest day. Are we talking about my tits? We're talking about my chesticles. On a serious note, his titties have been looking jacked. Why, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, let me see. I'm not sure what about my chesticles have been, but I've been doing very well with my training. And also I don't want to say it's an illusion, but I've been making good progress in different areas. So I've been doing, in general, what I've been doing for like this area, I've been doing a lot of shoulder pressing. So behind the neck presses on my Smith machine. I have an overhead press that I've been using also. Incline cable flies for chest, pec deck. I have another flat chest press machine, but really sticking to a few movements. Just sticking to a few movements and adding a little bit more variety than I normally do. But I'm not afraid to change an exercise. And even when I change an exercise that hasn't been in the routine for a little bit, it's usually something that I've done relatively recently. Or I'm already training that body part, so it's not like a shocking new addition. I generally stick to the same 5 or 6 movements and I just rotate through them over the course of time. Sometimes I swap things out. So I've been bringing back in a couple different moves or movements that I haven't in a while. A couple machines that I've been getting, because sometimes I'll get more out of a machine at different times. Sometimes I'll use a piece of equipment that I have and I'm like, okay, it's good. And I leave and then I come back to it. I'm like, hey, let me try this movement again. I'm thinking, why the hell did I stop doing this exercise? It's fucking great. Sometimes progress in other areas make a different exercise awesome again. So, and I would say just variety, making sure that you're doing some sort of converging movement. So a lot with the pec deck machine, but incline cable flies more recently, a real good chest press. Yeah, just hitting a good sweet spot with my training. Been feeling really good with it lately. Been feeling really good with it. My man danglies. All right. More questions, drop in the comments. We'll talk more about tits. Your man danglies, they look a lot bigger. Thank you. Yeah, incline cable. The way I do incline cable is I face, because I have an indoor rack and I have just a pulley system where I have 2 cuffs and it's coming from the side. So I'm facing the cables from a low pull and I'm coming up together. And I really like where the tension hits, and it's really nice for like a shoulder raise kind of like incline cable fly. Because I always like incline flies for chest with the dumbbells. And for the last year or two, I've just been doing a lot more machines. But I do like bringing dumbbell work in too. So I always go through phases with all my equipment. I go through phases with my training. I'll go back through a phase where certain movements, I'll come back and I'll just do a lot of dumbbell work again. There's just so many great tools. And I've been fortunate to acquire a lot of different pieces of equipment, and just going back through all the things that I've used and trying them now, it's just, man, it's hard to pick which ones you do. It's really hard to pick what you stick with. And I think that's different. It's not so much, and this is specific for people that have home gyms. And you guys tell me, if you have a home gym, you tell me if that makes sense. I think it comes once you get a certain amount of things, but you also invested and you purchased these things. So you want to use them, but you can only do so many things. You can only use so many things so often. So it's, I don't know, like you want to use it all, but the last thing that you can do to build muscle is do everything all the time. You're just training all the time and it's fun. You enjoy doing it, but you have to separate the enjoyment of training. Or I do. I have to separate the enjoyment of training. I really do. I don't want to say separate, but I have to combine my enjoyment of training with what's going to get me results and not get injured and stuff. Because if I take my enjoyment of training, I'm just going to do everything. And if I'm doing everything, then I'm doing nothing. If I'm doing everything, I'm not making progress because I'm not recovering. But if I'm doing, and the fun part is getting the results. So doing everything all the time and tons of variety is not how you make progress. You have to be very specific. You see people that have certain outsized body parts. You'll see people doing cycling and they have massive fucking quads and like, okay. Like some people are going to have outsized because of but I want to get quads like that. Let me do some cycling. These people have like massive fucking horse quads because all they fucking do is cycle. They're obsessed with, right? That's what they do. All they do is just get on that fucking bike all the time. I'm not saying they don't do anything else, but you get the point. You know, if you see someone who does competitive archery, they're going to have fucking probably posterior deltoid. Their back is going to be fucking strong as shit. Okay, because that's what they fucking do all the time. I'm sure they don't have like jacked fucking calves or, it's like, of course, when you obsess with certain things, you're going to have freakish outsized, bodybuilding, right? You're pro bodybuilding. You're trying to get everything fucking big. So guess what? Everything looks fucking big and it looks cartoonish because that's not a normal situation. That's the person's entire existence. But that's also what I do, but I don't do it with the same I train like a bodybuilder in many ways. But I just don't compete like that. But I compete with myself in terms of strength. But I still want to train things evenly. And I do a lot of forearm and grip work. And I do mobility. And I do, cardiovascular training. And I do sauna. Like I do push myself. I try to do a variety of things with a focus on, because I do like the bodybuilding approach in terms of training your body with strength through a full range of motion and doing all that stuff. So it's not just, bench, curl, big biceps, abs, chest. No, it's like lateral bending, Jefferson curls or sissy squats. I want to be strong, you're not gonna be able to do 600-pound sissy squats, but being able to do them is great. And wherever you are, plus another rep or a little longer hold or whatever you're doing, making progress through that range of motion, improving your strength there. Because if you can do 30 pounds through that end range of motion, cool. Imagine how much stronger you'll be when you get to 31 or 35 pounds. That's like a 15, 20% improvement on your strength through that range of motion. Then you get to 40 pounds and 50 pounds and 60 pounds and you're getting stronger. And guess what? If you're getting stronger in that end range of motion, full stretch, that kind of stuff, when you have your mobility workouts, you're activating some of those smaller muscles. It's going to make all those other exercises and all that other output even better too. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get stronger there just because of, bringing up that weakest link. Bringing up the weakest link. Rising tides raise all ships, that kind of thing. What are my goals this year? I don't want to get into that here. Do you guys set annual goals? Do you guys break down when you journal? Or do you look ahead, or are you focused more short term? I tend to do more of a short term versus and like long term. The midterm, I leave a little bit more open. Let's see. We got a question here in the Telegram chat. Vasco, I remember you mentioned Papa Swolio. Oops. Bring this up on the screen. I remember you mentioned interest in possibly experimenting with TRT. If you did, how are you finding it? I have not, but I'm open to it because I'm in that age range. We talked about it now and again. People ask, but I'm open to it. But Mama Swolio and I were just talking about that. I'm due for updated. I want to do like updated blood work and stuff like that. So I would have to see. But I have been feeling great. Like my strength is going. My strength feels good. My sleep feels good. I don't think I would. I'm not sure when that time is, because I know for a lot of people they do it. You know, they want to do that before they need it. Some people, you don't want to wait too long, but then once you do it, it's kind of, you're on it. You're not coming off. So I don't find any issues that make me feel like I'm low testosterone. I'm not suffering with any kind of, warning signs or, oh, that's a sign of low T kind of stuff. I'm not 20 years old anymore, but I train differently too. Because also, and this kind of goes back to, just to kind of segue going back into how to get good muscle without a gym and progressive overload and training. With things like this, I definitely look back and I think, man, I used to train so much. I don't really think that, because you have this memory of training. Oh, I used to train so much harder, or this, that, and the other. I used to push myself a lot further. And what I mean by that is I used to do stupid shit. I used to push myself to those limits. And those limits are really not so much physical limits as it is a mental limit. It's removing and going and bypassing, which is why people get hurt when they do a lot of intense and extreme shit. You have to bypass that normal evolutionary signal saying, hey, stop this. You're going to hurt yourself, or you're going to risk dying, or, you might not survive this, or your leg's going to fucking fall off and you're blister and like you go numb and your body's like, this fucking hurts. You need to stop. So I think that's important, because a lot of the training, and this is when it comes down to failure, and it's so sketchy when you tell people you should be training to failure, because most people don't know how to train to failure. Most people can't train to failure because they don't have the joint integrity, or they don't have the proper form in the execution. And everyone has a different idea of what failure is. So people either push themselves too far and beat the shit up out of themselves unnecessarily, or they stop way short of failure and they never get results because what they perceive is, oh, it starts burning. I'm so close to the end. They had like 15 more reps, and they'll never make progress and they'll stop because they get discouraged. So, but I think it's important to know, like, you don't know what failure is. You don't know what that limit is unless you've pushed yourself. And if you've competed and if you've done physical, either endurance or all out effort, you run the mile. You guys remember, even in school, you used to run the mile, or you won a race, or you pushed yourself, that feeling where you're just like, you didn't think you could hold on. You're doing a competition and you held on for the last, you always will go far. You always go a little bit farther than you think you can. And if you really tried 100%, you have that satisfaction knowing, like, I held as long as I could, or I pushed as hard as I could. There was nothing left, and I still went a little bit further than I thought I could. So you still have that, you're proud of yourself, or that satisfaction that you gave it everything you could, because you knew that's all you had. So that's important to know, and that's valuable, but you can't do that all the time, because then you'll just be breaking yourself in half. You have to be on the recovery side. You have to think about tomorrow's workout. And this is the difference between people that are consistent, that can, really nail pillar number 7 when it comes to physical training. If you're getting injured all the time, you can't really be consistent, because being consistent, and I'm not saying if you're injured, you're not consistent. But what I mean is, from a training standpoint, if you're regularly getting injured, then you're not able to make, like you're always having setbacks. And sometimes it might be a minor thing and shit happens and everyone's got their own individual, but from the concept, just think about it from a philosophical standpoint. If you are always getting hurt, then it interferes with your consistency. It interferes with your execution objectively. So you want to minimize the risk of getting injured. You want to manage these things in advance. You want to make sure that what you're doing today, you're going all out, but you're going all out to a point. You're going all out, but you have to limit the amount of all out you do because you have to recover for tomorrow's all out. And then Friday's all out. And next Monday's all out. And next Wednesday's all out. And then Thursday's all out. And then Saturday's all out. So if you're not thinking about the next workout, you end up doing too much and then you can't be consistent because you get injured or you overdo it and you fall out of your routine because you got too sore and then you had some other like issues and you really strained the ligaments or the tendons and you had an issue, shoulder problem. It can snowball. Johnny Smith in the Telegram chat. Have you ever competed in squat, deadlift, or bench press? No, I have never done a competition for that. Like a powerlifting meet or anything. I have not. Ryan Storm. I have a question about volume. Well, hopefully I have an answer or at least some suggestions. Drop your thoughts in the comments and any other questions or follow-ups. You can ask twice. You can ask another follow-up if you have a part 2 or unsatisfied with my answer. Or just a follow-up for whatever reason. I have a question about volume. I know it's talked about a ton, but it doesn't resonate as much until you actually do hit that wall for yourself. Wow, this is like right in line with what we were talking about a second ago. Since I work and do school full-time in an accelerated technical program, I have little time off currently. Wednesday evening off work after school, and Sunday I have off both. So those days I go all out. Wednesday I went hard on legs. And even though I'm in very good shape and I slept well, the next day I was completely useless. Wow. This is right exactly what we're just talking about. All right, Wednesday I went hard on legs, and even though I'm in very good shape and I slept well, next day I was completely useless. I was exhausted mentally and physically. I was clumsy as a deer or Joe Biden. Oh, shit.
Come on, man.
Is this CNS fatigue, which is central nervous system fatigue? Is this CNS fatigue? Would I be better off doing less intense workout more often and just split things up more? I do upper and lower days currently. This is exactly what we're just talking about. Oh, we do have, we got, hold on a second. We got to pause this for, hold on a second. All right. I have just received word. Hot off the press. We do have Merch Madness updates coming to you after we go through Ask Papa Swole. Or by the end of the show, we do have Merch Madness updates. So we'll give you the latest Merch Madness round 1. Part 2. We will have updates during today's episode. Fantastic. Lovely news from the Swole team. Hot off the press. All right. So we'll see. We'll see who else. We'll see who else's bracket is absolutely nuked. I think Aaron posted. I repinned everyone's brackets to the top so you guys can see. I realized I had unpinned the post in the community, but I put it back up. I think Aaron had Ice going all the way, and Ice was knocked out by Dora. Oof, they got away. Sons of bitches. All right, let's get back to this. Nice. Okay. So where were we? All right, question about volume. I know it's talked about a lot. I don't think volume's talked about enough. Intensity, frequency, and volume. That's the whole game. Intensity, frequency, and volume, right? Intensity is going to determine the volume and the frequency. So let's just talk about it here. Intensity is going to determine the volume and the frequency. Meaning, if you're going hard, you're not going to be able to do as much. The harder you go, no matter what it is, the harder you go, the less you're going to be able to do. Okay. And the harder you go, the less frequently you're going to be able to do it. Right? You destroy your chest on Monday. Let's just say, whatever that means, right? High rep, heavy weight, whatever the fuck. Let's say you wreck it. I'm not talking you do 2 sets of 10 reps and you push yourself to, within 1 rep in reserve. Like, I'm not talking about like tactical, high level, advanced program design, subtle tweaks kind of thing, right? We're talking about like you just murder your chest. You're doing dips until you can't move your fucking arm. You're not doing that the next day. You're probably not pushing yourself off out of bed for 2 weeks, right? So if you crush, right, the intensity and the volume, right, the intensity, and if you're doing a lot of reps, the intensity is low. I mean, you're doing a lot of volume. It's lower intensity relative, depends on how close you're going to failure. But it's not like you're going heavy weight. So you're doing a lot more volume because of that lower intensity weight selection. You're not putting 300 pounds on a bar. You're doing 150 dips or something like that. So that's going to allow a lot more volume, but still going to take a lot of time to recover from that kind of volume. So if you went hard on Wednesday, and even though you're in very good shape, the next day you're completely useless. You crushed your fucking legs. You went hard on legs. You're answering your own question. And I really encourage people, and this is why journaling is great. Okay? This is why journaling is great. You know what? I think a lot of you probably have done this. How many of you in Notepad, or how many of you during the show, or how many of you just in general, you've asked a question or you've typed something out and then you answer your own question as you were typing it. But this is why journaling helps. You just write stuff down and you answer you're writing about a problem and you're journaling about it. You're writing it down physically. You're writing it down and you're kind of answering. You realize when you're writing, you're like, as you're writing, you're thinking, I am being a pussy, or I am like, this is stupid, or yeah, I just do this. Like, oh, it doesn't seem like a big deal. You put it down. It doesn't make sense. Like, why am I fucking stressing about this? It is what it is, or whatever. So that's why it's important to write stuff down and journal, or it's very helpful because you answer a lot of your own questions. You just said that. You just said that. You went hard on legs on Wednesday. Well, guess what? I went hard on legs yesterday too. Guess what I feel like today? Not training. Not training. I don't feel like training today. I don't feel like doing legs today. I'm not doing legs today. Today's actually a recovery day, which is great. So it's raining too. So I did sauna. I might do some sled or club swinging or some stretching and mobility stuff, some dead hangs. Maybe I'll, fuck around with something. But today's an off day from like an intense training session. And this answers your question, Ryan. And the reason why today is an off day from heavy intense training is because I did heavy intense training yesterday. So what you're looking at right here is your programming's wrong. And when I say your programming's wrong, it's incorrect for what you're trying to do. If you want to train that hard maybe you don't regret that at all. You went hard on legs yesterday. Good. You have to train legs hard. If you want them to grow, don't let anyone tell you legs is easy. You're going to get massive legs by doing 2 sets of leg extensions a week. No, you got to fucking hit your fucking legs. You got to train that shit hard. And it takes all sorts of shit to build legs, and different people are going to react a little bit better. You're going to like certain things. You can stay healthier doing certain things. So you prioritize towards your own individuality with what you prefer psychologically and physically and all that stuff and what you have access to, whatever. But, you went hard on legs. Cool. So how about scheduling nothing crazy the next day? How about scheduling a recovery day after that? But Papa, you need rest days. No shit. No shit. It's a meme, right? All those videos I make like, oh, stop the rest day. Go to the fucking gym. That's because most people sit on their fat fucking ass and they need to go to the fucking gym. I'm not talking about people that have like a quality program and understand the joke. Hey, Papa, rest days are important. You can't train intensely every day. Correct. It's called a meme and it's a joke. And it's my head on famous movie and TV stars and characters like Stop being a fucking retard. Go to the fucking gym. Right? So you need better programming or not to train it. If you want to train the day after legs, in my programming, in my training, I do not have weights after legs. I never have a day. If I do push, I'll do push pull legs 3 days in a row. I'll do upper, lower. I'll do torso limbs. I'll do, upper rest, lower rest. No matter what I'm doing, it's, legs, slat, lower. You want to call them lower. You want to call it legs, lower, same shit. No matter what my schedule is, no matter what my split is, no matter what I do after a leg day, there's nothing. It's always a rest day. It's always a recovery day. It's always low intensity, going for a walk. I'm doing stuff outside. I'm gardening. I'm not lifting weights. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing hard cardio or something. I'm not doing sprints. I'm not doing plyometrics. I'm not doing anything intense. That's me. After legs, no, I'm done. So just do that. Then you don't have to feel bad. Like, I feel like shit today. I feel wiped out because you crushed your legs yesterday. Of course you will. And if you don't want to feel this wiped out, then don't go as hard on legs. But then you're leaving gains on the table potentially, because a lot of people can't properly gauge proximity to failure and managing fatigue and still make progress. You have to be very specific and you have to be very advanced to maintain proper form to get and know how many more reps you have in the tank and to know that you have one left or none left. You have to really have experience. You can't just, hey, I've been training for 6 months and I'm just going to gauge one RIR. You're probably not going to be accurate. Because think about it. Most people that have been training for 6 months don't live, sleep. They don't obsess over it. They're going once in a while. It's not like 6 months straight of thinking about lifting and going every single day. No, they're going 2 or 3 times a week for 6 months. So they've gone like 20 times. You're watching someone on TikTok like, ooh, 2 reps in reserve. And you end up doing 12 reps when you could have done 25. You don't know what 2 reps in reserve is. Most people don't. I barely do. That's why I usually go to failure. I usually go until I can't do another one. I put it down. It's just worth it knowing that I can't do another rep. Like, I'll know if I kind of eke out the last one and I know, and I probably should have left that one on the table. That's it. Or if I get like, okay, I get a couple inches. That's what she said. And then I'm not getting it. When you're not getting the rep. There you go. That's failure. It's not that you don't have to be like, it's the people that like, it's a quarter of the way and you're like fighting, like, like, you're not going to get it. Maturing in the gym is not struggling with that for 25 seconds. Seriously, I'm not talking, I'm off Ryan's point, but that's the stupidest shit. When people like, it's the ego. They fight for that rep. You're going to be so fucking sore. You're causing so much stress. You're exhausting yourself just fighting for like crumbs. If you're not getting the rep solid, it's like bail. You don't have it. You don't got the rep. Like, you're like, no, just when you're going, you're like, no, okay, I don't have it. Or if that last one, you're like, the next one's going to be, even if the next one, you might get it, but it's a struggle for like 30 seconds, just leave it. You don't have it yet. Just leave that one in the tank and do another set, right? Do another set and drop the weight or match the reps. Like, you're better off resting a few minutes and then doing another quality set again, rather than just trying to fuck with that one for a minute. I see people fight on reps. It's just your ego. You don't have it. You don't got it, bro. Anyway, but that goes back. But again, you have to make, I don't want to say mistakes, but you have to live and learn too. You have to know what those reps feel like too. So I'm not saying they're all bad. There's lessons in that. You learn how hard you can push because there's value. If you've never done that before and you were like, I was going to give up here, but I kept on pushing and it was still moving and my arms felt numb. I was just pushing and I didn't feel anything. And holy shit, I actually got it. Fuck yeah, I got it. So there's also the positive, but then once again, maturing is like, hey, yeah, I don't need to do that rep anymore. I've done enough of those. And that's when you rip something or no, I don't need those anymore. And again, once you get to the point where when you're doing 15 pounds, you can fucking struggle like that because you don't have the coordination and you don't have the muscle control to really target the chest as well as someone who's been training for 10, 15 years or whatever. So like for me, if I'm doing proper form and I'm just struggling, I'm putting everything, it's just so much more stress. There's so much more weight on it than a beginner who's just, lifting the bar. There's a lot more at stake and there's a lot more stress on the body. So it makes it that much less necessary to fight for that last one rep. It's like, I just did 9. Was that 10th one that important just to say I got 10? If you're not going to get it clean, it's like, stick with 9 until you own 9 and then you have 10. And, a lot of great bodybuilders have talked about, the concept of like owning reps and making sure that you have that rep. And I'm still, and a lot of you do this, it's hard to gauge your weight sometimes, but it's very easy to think that you're ready to move up to another weight and put another, that's why I always say those pound plates, the little tiny, skin plates are great because you're able to increase the weight, but it's so marginal that you don't realize how little extra you have. People put on 5s and then a 10 and it cuts the amount of reps you get in half. You're doing like 8 reps and you get 3 because you put on 5 pounds, and yeah, you need like 1, probably not to increase the weight at all. But get those reps up, take the weight and you're getting 6 reps or 7. Then you try to get 8 and then 9 and then 10 and then 11, get the reps up before you start adding, and make it small. Own the reps, really make sure that they're clean too, right? Make sure the form is really clean, because if you don't have clean form, then everything from there, it's like the foundation's busted. If you don't have good form, as you increase the weight, your form just gets worse and worse. And that's when you have issues and injuries because you didn't have quality execution. Tony Carson, the second, good morning. I'm really struggling to lose this belly. What are some of the smartest ways to go about losing this guy with nutrition and fitness? Go to swolenormousx.com and download the 7 pillars. Start there. That's the best place, because we're going to walk you through. When you join, we have the nutrition jumpstart, which will take you through the elimination diet. Will get you lowering your stress and isolating foods that work best for you and those that work against you and are causing a lot of problems. And we'll get you on a solid strength training program. So you're building muscle and you're building that foundation, and you don't have to guess what to do, and you have it all in one place, plus a community. And again, download the 7 pillars, because that's going to break down all those areas that you're missing. You can have nutrition and a training program, but then you don't have the community, or you don't have the mindfulness aspect. And these are just vectors where the nothing from the never-ending story, right? That negative energy just seeps in and just starts eroding your life. You need to make sure you have your pillars locked in. Lock those pillars in. All right. Let's see. Shistashinu Saint-Onge. Tell me that's a real name. My God. What's your best menu for a week of meal prep? Steak, eggs, sourdough, white rice, maybe some chicken if it's good, bacon, coffee. I'm just thinking of foods that I like. Fruit. My best menu? I don't have best menu. Eat some more fucking meat and go to the fucking gym. All right. Fam, let's go balls deep. We do have updates, right?
That's deep.
We do have updates for Merch Madness. Should we do that now? Should we do Merch Madness now? We got videos. Let's do a video or two. Let's see what we got here. Anything frightening? Well, what else is new? This is a call out. Let's do this.
What's in the box?
We got Merch Madness
I
updates.
promised that I wouldn't do any more call-out posts, but I need to fucking do this, okay?
Ooh.
Hey, transphobe, I'm calling you out. You ready for this, transphobe? Okay, deal with this. What you're doing is wrong, and we're going to find you, okay? We're going to find you. So this is a call-out post to Linear Time. Linear Time, stop being so fucking transphobic. Give trans girls the ability to go back in time and make up for pretending to be a boy for too long, okay? Linear Time.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Great Scott!
All right, time traveler. That's right. I have specific soundboards to insult you with. All right.
Are there any women here today?
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
Boys have a penis, girls have vagina.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
I better use my strong hand.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Felt like a good time. Felt like a good time. Felt like a nice boom, boom, boom. A little rapid fire there. Let's do another one.
What's in the box?
Let's do another one. Yeah, let's do another one. Let's do another short one. Anti-gender, maybe. The O word. Obesity? The O word.
I'm going to do my best to not use the O word because I find it pretty offensive.
Otarded?
So I'm going to use fat-bodied as we talk. Okay. Do you understand why people find it harmful and triggering?
Overweight and obese is literally just having too much body fat. It has nothing to do with the quality of the person.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Are we going to debate the claim?
Yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, I wanted to clarify though the language.
Are we going to pretend like I'm a 3 and you're my mommy telling me how to talk?
Okay.
Okay.
So the claim that you're saying is that it is inherently unhealthy to live in a
Seriously.
fat body.
It's inherently unhealthy to have excess body fat, yes.
Okay. Where are you getting that information from?
Okay. There are dozens of MRT trials that show having excess body fat. Dozens is causal, not correlated.
No, that's not true. There is no disease that just fat-bodied people get.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But obesity lends itself to all-cause mortality across the board.
I want to pause.
Of course you do want to pause. Okay. Because it's irrefutable. You don't even know what I'm talking about. So,
Jillian, okay, first of all, I don't appreciate the way that you're speaking to me right now. You called me out for just trying to understand the languaging and saying I was talking to like a 3-year-old when I felt like I was talking to you very respectfully. You're talking to me very disrespectfully right now.
Here's the thing.
I want to...
You're telling me you understand it, but you don't understand it. You fundamentally didn't describe it accurately.
But what I understand is that...
What's lipotoxicity?
I don't want to talk about... I am not... Okay, here, I'm going to say this straight out. I am not a medical doctor, okay? So I'm not going to talk to you about medical diagnosis because that's outside my scope, and I'm...
You can talk about things. If you know about it, it's your scope. If you don't know what you're talking about, then, well, we could tell what gave it away. Jeez. Yeah, very accurate. Yeah, we're going to pretend like I'm 3 and you're my mommy. And you can't say that. It's absolutely right. And usually it's because they're upset and they're angry that they've been lied to their whole lives. No one likes argumentative women. Even women. No one likes argumentative. No one likes argumentative people, but it's exceptionally evolutionarily off-putting when there's a disagreeable females. Reminds everyone of like a nagging mother. Essentially, that's how it manifests. All right. We got a lot of... Oh, there's more debate? Let's just do another one because we're on the same vein. We'll do Merch Madness. We'll get the updates after these videos. After these next... announcements. From the guns of the interwebs.
You could be single-handedly responsible for updating the BMI.
Okay, but we also have waist to hip, and we have DEXA.
Hold on. All right, let's pause there. So I guess they're arguing about BMI. They're arguing about body fat percentage. Same event. Obviously, same event.
You could be single-handedly responsible for updating the BMI.
Okay, but we also have waist to hip, and we have DEXA, and we have MRI.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
So
what are the MRI, meaning like the machine most fat people don't even fit in?
You have DEXA and you have
I've never heard of that, girl. What's a DEXA? These are normal people. We are on TikTok.
Okay, how about waist to hip?
Hold on. There's also been a lot of like blame, sure, waist to hip ratio, but that's also like skeletal and like.
No, waist to hip is not. It has to do with a ratio of your waist to your hips, and it's evidence, sorry to say, of excess visceral fat. That's what it's for. And that's an indicator of obesity.
So obesity, that term, what does that mean to you?
Obesity, it means that you have an unhealthy percentage of body fat.
What is healthy? What is unhealthy? Like, what is the measure of health for human beings?
For women, I think it's in the 35 plus percentile.
35 plus percentile of what? By what measure? The DEXA?
35% of your body weight being comprised of body fat.
The thing that I think is most interesting is that you didn't get to earlier.
You didn't ask me earlier.
Well, I haven't gotten there. Is no, with someone else. You said, because I'm seeing a very different person than from who we've seen on television. And I think there's been a lot of blame shifting.
Wait, who was that person? That exchange was hilarious.
You didn't get to earlier.
You didn't ask me earlier.
Well, I haven't gotten there. Is no, with someone else. You said, because I'm seeing a very different person than from who we've seen on television. And I think
she's laughing. The other girl's like laughing. Oh, man. I like that. Retard Wednesday on the Mancast. Yeah. All right.
What are you, retarded?
All right. Well, we do have another retard one. I don't know. I think we've had enough for today. I think we've had enough retard for today. Let's do Merch Madness, and then we'll save this other one for tomorrow. Fam, we have Merch Madness results in 4. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My bracket just took one right to the gunch. Oh dear. Oh dear. Dear me. Oh boy, this is great. Interesting. Who's ready for some Merch Madness? Who wants to see it? Oh man. All right. Well, we have in round number 1, moving through to the next phase is Jack Sparrow and Deadlift, beating out Barbell Girl and Swollen. Oh dear. Oh goodness. I had Swollen taken out. I love Jack Sparrow, but I thought Let It Grow. I thought Let It Grow was going to win just because it was trending more recently. Jack Sparrow head to head comes away as the better design. I tend to agree. I love Jack Sparrow. And Deadlift beats out Barbell Girl. Ooh. Jack Sparrow and Deadlift moving on. Moving on to round 2. Okay. Next up, we have Gaindolf, Harry Squatter, Ve al puto gimnasio, and Swoleopoly. What will
What's in the box?
reign supreme? Gaindolf and Ve al puto gimnasio move on. Wow. I had Swoleopoly. Harry Squatter getting ousted by Gaindolf, and Ve al puto gimnasio puts Swoleopoly in its place. Moving on. Ve al puto gimnasio. Oh no. Oh dear. The upset. Okay. Fam. So far, in the Eastern Conference, Jack Sparrow and Deadlift, Gaindolf, Ve al puto gimnasio. I had Gaindolf moving on, so I still got something going on. All right, we got Circle of Lift, Swoller Things. All right, coming up right now, fam. Coming up right now. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. I know I'm edging and I'm inching. All right. This next quad is one of the most. This was such a face-off. Look at these titans, absolute titans. Swoller Things is good. Swoller Things is the weakest of these designs because it's only a text design. So it's the weakest in that respect. But we got Circle of Lift, Swoller Things, Forest Pump, and Swolverine. Moving to round 2.
What's in the box?
This, what a brutal face-off. Circle of Lift and Forest Pump. All right. I feel like that might have been pretty easy for most people. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And in the last heads up, last face-off for round 1, we have the GTTFG, the olive, I believe it is, Cybertruck hat, classic, Power Pump Girls, Depth Vader, and ET Phone Jim.
What's in the box?
Moving on to round 2 is the Cybertruck GTTFG hat and Depth Vader. All right. Gorillas. So here is what we are looking at for the next matchups. All right. More details to come tomorrow. Oof. It's getting intense, fam. It's getting intense. I have Back to the fucking gym. I don't know. Oof. It's such a tough one. I have Depth Vader in the finals. Oof. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. All right. Let's give away today's Swole card. We got it. You want it? We got it right now. It's, oh, Pinkston folded it. Should I spank her? Should she get spanked? A little spank. A little bit. A little spank. All right, people. It's Swole time. It's Swole time. We got a winner in the Telegram chat today. It is Melissa. Congratulations. Yeah, it was due. We're due for a telegram. We're due for a telegram card. Enter the swoliest of swole sluts. We got a lot of swole sluts on Rumble too. Gotta share the love. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swolecard 3604 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Appreciate you, everyone, for watching today, for enjoying the show, for playing Merch Madness. Check out all the merch over there at papaswolio.com. We do have a throwback. We do have one more video. Let's do this balls deep video too. All right. I don't see a throwback today. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a bonus video. We'll do this bonus video. It's not funny. Looks horrifying.
What's in the box?
Unless this is a mistake. I don't remember seeing this. I don't know. This is awful. Anti-gender baby. I don't know.
We have a 2-year-old anti-gender baby and a 10-year-old who is non-binary. I have literally received death threats.
In this family, gender isn't something you're told. It's something you decide for yourself.
Pause. She's already, I hate to say it, but she's already killed her kids. You know? That's what that is. You're destroying a child's. That's why child predators are the most sinister, because you're stealing a child's innocence. It's disgusting. It's depraved. It's evil. And that's what you're doing with the sexualization when they're children. It's fucking. How is this not how is this not on the same level as child pornography? Seriously, how is it not on the same level as that kind of abuse? It's how? How is it not? Seriously, how the fuck is it not? It's so depraved. Sorry, it just really fucking, it blows my mind over and over again when I see these videos. It's just mind blowing. But because it's hilarious in the sense that this is fucking ridiculous. I should be laughing at it. But then I'm laughing at abuse of children. It's just sick. And then I'm like, oh. I'm not trying to bring the show down at the end, but it's like watching a circus that's not funny. Which you can make the argument that circuses aren't funny, but okay.
Gwendolyn and Brian Eifer are raising 2 children together. Hazel and Sparrow.
I'm sorry, what? Brian? Is this a whole thing AI? Or is it just like the voiceover? I hate voiceover AI. Brian Heifer?
Yourself. Ari, Gwendolyn, and Brian Eifer are raising 2 children together. Hazel and Sparrow. Hazel identifies.
So are they with their 2 other
as non-binary. At just 4 years old, Hazel decided not to see themselves as a boy or a girl. Hazel remembers trying different labels. She didn't feel right.
I hate the AI voiceover. I don't really want to continue this for another a sparrow. They're all wearing masks outside. Oh, you're what? Yeah. I'm pausing it. We get it. We've seen this shit before. Everyone's wearing a fucking mask. Who the fuck knows? All right. Let's do a throwback. I'm gonna find out. We're doing another throwback. We've probably done this throwback before. No, we're not done yet. No, we're going. No, we're. What's this one? Let's see what we got here. These are all horrifying. I don't know what this one is. Let's try this one.
Says my abs training for lazy women. And yes, this was a Christmas gift I received from my mum. Not only am I not a woman, I'm not lazy by any means.
Did you say you're not a woman? What? Well, you and your mom obviously have a strained relationship, so gives you emotional damage.
Emotional damage!
All right.
I swam a 5K race just a few months ago. Thanks, fatphobic Santa.
What does swimming have to do with you being obese? Swimming, it's pure buoyancy. For anyone that doesn't know, being fat benefits you as a swimmer. It's easier for you to float, okay? You're a human buoy. All right. Anyway, go enjoy your day, fam. Go make gains. Be one with the weights. Be one with the sick fucking gains. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. We will see you mañana. Peace, McGee's, deuce, magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swole. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? My shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.